Listen carefully to every single event and every moment. This is my request to you. Whatever else may be, I can say this with absolute confidence. You have never heard a story like this before. I won't say much. Let me go straight into what happened. Many people say every question has an answer. But what if that statement itself is wrong? What if there are questions that exist only as questions? Before searching for answers, you have to consider whether the answer is even within the limits of your imagination, meaning the solution might be something that modern science would ridicule. Many people have fallen victim to theft in broad daylight, been attacked by muggers. But have you ever heard of someone being caught by a supernatural entity in broad daylight, in the middle of a crowd? It may sound strange, but this strange incident happened on October 29th, and it happened to me. I was traveling from Chandpur to Shariatpur, Vidorganj, to visit my in-laws. I woke up at 6 from Gurya Bazaar. By the time I reached Hajiganj, it was around 9 a.m. I was standing at the Hajiganj intersection waiting for transport. Those who live in Chandpur may know this western side of Hajiganj crossroads. At that moment, an old beggar approached me and said in a soft, serious voice, "Son, can you give me some money?" I looked at the old man. His face looked very kind. I even felt a bit disturbed emotionally seeing someone with such a good appearance forced to beg for survival. I opened my wallet to give him money, but I realized I had no small change. I told him, "Uncle, I need change." He shook his head, indicating no. At that moment, a bus arrived. I put my wallet back in my pocket and got on the bus. I didn't say anything further. I thought he would understand I had no change, so I didn't think much of it. But believe me, after that something happened to me that I never imagined would happen in my life. The bus stopped at Chandpur bus stand. I got down and took a CNG auto toward the other side of the bridge. Those familiar with Chandpur or Lakshmipur will understand this route. From there, I needed to go to Harina Ferry Ghat, then take a trawler to Shariatpur. When I crossed the bridge area and got into the CNG, I suddenly noticed something strange. A little distance away, near the railway road, I saw that same old man standing. He was looking directly at me. That CNG stand was right beside the railway line, so I could clearly see him. I was shocked. I had left him back in Hajiganj. How did he reach here before me? While I was thinking about this, the man came toward me and again said in that same soft, serious voice, "Son, can you give me some money?" I stood there in disbelief. I even had some small change now, so I quickly took out a 10 taka note and gave it to him. He took the money and walked away in another direction. Meanwhile, the vehicle was full, so the driver started moving toward Harina Ghat. From the bridge side to Harina Ghat, I kept thinking only about that old man. It felt like he had entered my mind. How did he reach here before me? But I still didn't understand that a much bigger disaster was waiting for me ahead. At Harina Ghat, I couldn't find a trawler. The ferry was about to depart, and since I had to return the same day, I didn't waste time and boarded the ferry. Those who have seen ferries know there is usually a tea or food stall on the second or third floor. Since the journey is 30 to 40 minutes, I went to the second floor tea stall, ordered tea, and lit a cigarette while checking my phone and messaging my wife. While I was chatting, the shopkeeper called me for tea. I lifted my head from the phone, and I froze. That old man was sitting right in front of me. My whole body shivered. My hands and legs started trembling uncontrollably. I couldn't believe my eyes. How did he get here again before me? I started thinking maybe he was also traveling to Shariatpur, so we were just repeatedly crossing paths in some strange way. Another thought came, maybe he wasn't human at all. Maybe a jinn or a ghost. But even if it was a jinn, why would it follow me in broad daylight? Between confusion, fear, and disbelief, I was sinking mentally. The shopkeeper broke my trance and said, "Brother, will you drink tea or not?" I looked toward him, put my phone in my pocket, and picked up the teacup. At that moment, I saw the old man looking at me again. I couldn't look away. Then, once again, he extended his hand and said in that same soft, heavy voice, "Son, can you give me some money?" If anyone hears that voice, I am certain they will never forget it. I had heard it multiple times now, and it was echoing inside my mind. I placed the teacup down and reached for my wallet. At that moment, the shopkeeper said, "Uncle, you don't need to beg here. Don't disturb customers. Even after hearing this, the old man kept looking at me, his hand still extended. Then I gathered courage and said, out of curiosity, Uncle, I saw you in Hajiganj. I couldn't give you money then because I had no change. Then I saw you on the other side of the bridge and gave you 10 taka. How did you get here again? And why are you asking for money again? Did you forget I already gave you money? Hearing this, both the shopkeeper and I were shocked. The old man lowered his hand, stood up, and slowly walked down from the second floor. It felt like he was angry. I stood there completely confused. The shopkeeper asked, "Is this man following you?" We both went down to look for him. There were only two boys with bikes nearby. They said they hadn't seen any old man at all. We checked everywhere, trucks, under seats, ferry compartments, even the bathroom. No sign of him. He had vanished. The shopkeeper said maybe he hid inside the vehicles and slipped away unnoticed. But I felt something deeper, something wrong. From that moment, I felt a chill settle inside me. We gave up and returned upstairs. From that day, my life started turning dark. I continued my journey to Vedorganj. Everything was strange, but still bearable until I reached the market. There, on the roadside, I saw him again, sitting with his hands between his knees. My chest tightened. Even in a crowded place in broad daylight, I was trembling. This time something was different. Previously, he walked slowly like a weak old man. Now he suddenly stood up like a young man and started walking fast, very fast, disappearing into the crowd. The smell from his dirty clothing hit my nose as he passed. I froze. Later, at my in-laws' house, my entire mind was still occupied by him. I kept hearing his voice. "Son, can you give me some money?" That evening I left again and boarded the ferry back. It was around 6 p.m. when I reached the other side. As soon as I arrived at Harina Ghat, I got a call from my younger brother. His voice was full of fear and crying. "Brother, why have you kept your phone off for 4 days? Do you know how worried we are?" My mind went blank. I had just left home this morning. Then my phone turned on data. Messages flooded in. My wife had texted repeatedly. She said I had been missing for 4 days. I checked the date. Today was November 3rd, but I clearly remembered it was October 29. How did 4 days pass within a few hours? My mind started breaking apart. My brother said I had been unreachable for 4 days. My wife said I had disappeared. I called my wife. She said in a mix of anger, sadness, and relief, "Where were you for 4 days? Your father even went to the police. You left home and never contacted us. You've been missing." My legs nearly gave out. I couldn't understand anything anymore. From Harina Ghat, while returning, I kept thinking, who was that old man? How did he appear and disappear? How did time itself break apart? When I reached home, I went straight to take a bath. Our family pond is in front of the mosque. While changing clothes after bathing, I suddenly smelled it again. That same smell from Shariatpur Road. It was there. I looked around. No one. Fear increased. I had clearly fallen into something beyond normal understanding. I quickly changed clothes and returned inside. Everyone in my family looked at me differently. Anger, confusion, relief. I said nothing. That night I met a local spiritual healer. As soon as he saw me, he said, "Leave your house immediately. Don't ask questions." After that night, everything worsened. The old man started appearing in my dreams repeatedly, asking, "Son, can you give me some money?" Every time I slept, he came. Every time I woke, I was terrified. Even without sleep, I could smell that same scent. My condition deteriorated day by day. My family tried many healers and spiritual people, but none helped. After 18 days, another healer came and said he knew what this entity was. He gave me a protective charm. It gave me peace for only 2 days. After that, everything became worse again. Not only for me, but for my entire family. Part 2, coming soon. What happened next was far more terrifying than anything I had experienced before. The strange old man, the missing 4 days, the recurring dreams, and the mysterious scent were only the beginning. After the protective amulet stopped working, a series of events unfolded that affected not only me but my entire family. Things started happening inside our home that none of us could explain. Fear became a part of our daily lives, and every passing night seemed darker than the one before. In part 2, I will share what the spiritual healer revealed about the old man, how this entity became connected to my life, and the horrifying incidents that followed. Stay tuned.